We've got more evidence for that Mii costume leak. This is getting really real. Blocked content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Yes, we are going to be talking about more evidence, more screenshots, more things to talk about because of this big Mii costume leak. And of course, this has been making the rounds of the internet for the past 2 weeks now. It's incredible to kind of see how the landscape of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaks, rumor, speculation has changed and kind of skewed because now we really don't know what to believe, right? For a couple of weeks there, we kind of knew, oh yeah, this is why Terry is coming, and we got all the leaks from the SNK stuff. And then as time went on, things just got a little bit more transparent, and then basically everything is still up in the air, everything is possible, and all the people that are talking about knowing certain people on the inside or having certain sources, they know some information about the characters that are not coming to the game. They know some information about characters that are not the 5th Fighters Pass, but they don't necessarily know who is next, or they won't share at this moment. So today's evidence will poke a hole in a couple of things, and is also a lot of fun to talk about because it actually talks about one of the characters that I've wanted in Smash for a long time. So there is, of course, a tiny spoiler warning here. If this could all end up being real, then definitely don't look ahead, or maybe watch some of our other content. But yeah, if you don't care about that and you're someone like me who just likes to kind of roll around in all the dreams and possibilities here, then please look on ahead because we're gonna have a lot of fun today. And here's something super special. Everyone wanted this show, so you asked for it, we're giving it to you. Block Buddies on Discord. This show is called Question Blocked. We answer your questions about upcoming Smash Fighters, maybe your favorite video games, questions about how to start on YouTube, anything you can think of. Send your questions through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show on the next episode. And for those of you guys who like giveaways, well, we're giving away this beautiful Piranha Plant plushie Puppet Boy. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content, and of course this beautiful What's Happening, my Block Buddies t-shirt at 40k subscribers. So if you tell me why you deserve it, put it down below and you enter for the giveaway. All right, guys, let's head right on into the content. So without further ado, this is the screenshot that we're talking about today. And of course, it will be a little bit familiar to people who have been in the loop, who have, looked at all the evidence from this leak. And very famously, this is the same leak that had video evidence, right? That was on that stage from Dragon Quest. It had a Mallow Mii costume, and it had this Cacodemon, this Doomslayer-esque Mii costume too, and they were basically fighting against Ken in a stage. The timer was stuck on 2 minutes 30 seconds. There were some weird stuff going on with the camera, and yeah, all of this stuff combined, it is a little bit strange, right? That there is no real final evidence for this. No one has really come out to say, I made this thing, or there's no conclusive evidence that this has to be real. However, the past couple of days, a lot of people have been analyzing exactly what we're looking at here, and out of the blue, out of nowhere, this screenshot just popped up online. It's basically a much clearer look, a very clear look at the Cacodemon head on a Mii costume, right? So the Mii fighter is, of course, that crying emoji, that laughing, crying emoji, and then the Cacodemon on top. So a lot of people have been analyzing the menu on the left and saying, yeah, this is actually Toad or a Toad hat or something like that, because of the way that the bar is positioned. They look into every single detail, and they were like, yeah, even, the letters that line up on the side of the screen will tell you that this is something that has been replaced inside of Smash Brothers. So this is not something that has been added or a brand new spot. This is actually something that has been changed in the game. So they don't make a new register for this little addition, they just replace something that is in the game. And of course, a lot of people that know about modding in the Smash community know that it is difficult to make new slots for a couple of these things, but it is pretty easy to replace certain things, right? You can replace colors, you can replace costumes, you can even replace certain characters, adding different animations. But as to making a brand new place for something, that's a little bit more difficult. We've seen that with modding Brawl, we've seen it with modding Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, so here it probably would be pretty much the same. So the headgear here has been changed to that Cacodemon, and we can actually pretty much see that it is very similar to the Mii costume that is worn in that video evidence, right? I think there are a lot of ways out there that people have been kind of recreating this costume and showing people it is possible to mod it. And of course, we know that it is definitely possible to mod it, but there's also stuff in that video that will absolutely show you that they have at least some sort of beta or some sort of, developer build that they can, manipulate the camera with in different angles. They can manipulate time. They can even manipulate the way the characters move simultaneously. So that to me is very interesting. Of course, also very easy to be faked. But in terms of that me costume and the more detail that you can see in this costume from the full look, there have been a lot of things that you can really fake about this, but showing a full rendered, with different lighting and just a very much on-point screenshot, it could point to two things, right? This could possibly mean this is the same leaker, and he was basically sad about it not having too much impact online. It is a fake, and then, this person really wants to have more people see it and more people talk about it, so he just releases a new screenshot, or he or she just releases something new to get people talking, maybe didn't get enough traction because of their opinion or something like that. That could definitely happen. A lot of people have rumored something like that, a lot of people have rumored that it came from French sources, that there is a French image board or a French website or forum that people were sharing these leaks, and that basically is the origin of the picture. I haven't gone to verify if that is true. I can't find the information anywhere, and this came from a thread that is now locked and deleted and doesn't exist anymore. So I managed to get the picture. This is actually from my phone, and I just basically saved it on the train, and now I can't find the source of it anymore. So what's interesting here is that we do have a very detailed look, and even in terms of the lighting, that is of course different. A lot of things still add up in terms of the size of the thing and even the empty space on the inside of the character's mouth, right? So we don't have a detailed look at the Mallow costume yet, but if you slow down the footage that it was originally from, you could even see the Mallow head kind of wiggling, moving, jiggling around. So it had the same physics that the slime hat has. So again, another thing for it, not in favor of it being real, was actually that they replaced the slime hat. And for this hat, of course, there are a lot of different headgear in Smash Bros. Ultimate for me costumes that wrap around the character in this very similar way. Just think of the teddy bear kind of stuff. A lot of things do that. So there is a way to kind of change the way these things look in game. You can mod it. You can definitely work around certain things that have not yet happened and then be the very first one to do this, right? And the way that you show that to the audience is basically by, modding something very crazy that gets people talking. I could definitely see that being the case. I could definitely see that happening, but there's no other evidence within this, full-sized screenshot that people can say, now it's definitely fake, right? It definitely looks like the same model. So this could, in fact, be the same leaker, whether it be real or whether it be fake. And of course, we've also seen that can leak, way before we even knew about DLC fighters coming, way before the game even released, way before we knew that Ken was a character in the game. That also showed a lot of interesting things, right? Debug information on the screen, a camera angle that couldn't have been accessed in the game if you just had it on the same, very similar to just the general game. This has to be a debug build of some kind, but now showing it in game with some sort of me showcase, that to me is extremely interesting. There's so much in favor of this being real, but it's also super easy to debunk a thing like this, just saying it is a mod and that's it, right? But everything kind of stacks up in terms of, the debug mode, the way that the platform is angled in a way that could only happen in a debug mode, the way that the timer is frozen, the way that certain things do different damage, all these things that people have been analyzing for the past couple of days. It all comes ahead in sort of a way where, well, if someone would go through the trouble to fake this, just as with the Grinch leak, they're doing a really incredible job. So if this is fake, you are doing an incredible job. You are making some really interesting art out of this. But yeah, it also could point to it being real. And to me, personally, if I look at this, I think that the Doom Slayer or a character from Doom or, the Doom Marine, that is extremely possible. And it's possible for one huge reason, and I think that Smash Bros. Ultimate is about icons of gaming, right? And I think that in terms of the DLC fighters, you'll see that. And to have a character that really represents first-person shooters, there's only two other characters that you can really get to rep that, right? One of them would be like GoldenEye, like James Bond, Pierce Brosnan. That won't ever happen anymore. And of course, you could do Daniel Craig, but he's just about doing his final movie. So that's a really weird gray area. You can do like some weird hybrid James Bond character or a very old actor to, you know, make it look like a very timeless thing. But yeah, the other character would be Master Chief, right? Master Chief is an icon for first-person shooters, as well as the Doom character is. So yeah, this could really point to it being real, because I think that if Sakurai adds one more character, one would for sure make a lot of sense, and that would be to rep the entirety of first-person shooters, right? That's what Sakurai is all about. He's about, you know, inclusivity, but also about showing how diverse playstyles are, and that everything can still work in Super Smash Bros. So to me, there's a lot more in favor of this leak being real than it not being real, but that said, it is kind of a Jenga idea, where you can build this beautiful tower of things that stack up and things that could be real, but there's just to remove this one little thing, you know, it's modded, you know, and then the entire tower falls. So that could also definitely be happening, so it could go either way, and I'm really curious what you guys think. So let me know down below if you have any thoughts on this brand new evidence. Does it really reveal that this is real, or can you definitely see discrepancies? Is this fake? Is this from the same person? I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you comment down below, that comment could actually be featured in our next video. And of course, today's comment question is, do you believe the entire Mii costume leak? So let me know. As for a previous comment question, our answer comes to us from Zguard number 1, saying, Crash deconfirmed, Ryu Hayabusa deconfirmed, Gino deconfirmed, Scorpion deconfirmed. At this point, I don't know who's going to be, and I'm glad, because that means I'm going to be finally surprised, but I hope it is a female. Well, thank you, Zguard number 1. I think that it doesn't mean deconfirmed, right? It means a lot of people have been saying characters like Crash, Ryu, Gino, Scorpion have been, at least for the 5th fighter, they are not choices that they've heard about or seen, or even their sources have said those characters are not at least the 5th character. So maybe the knowledge extends just to that 5th character, and that's basically it. So it doesn't mean deconfirmed, it just means at this point the sources are basically saying it's not the next character that we're gonna get. So it could still be in there. You know, I think Scorpion's got the lowest chances of them. I think that Gino's got the highest chances of them, followed by I think Ryu Hayabusa and Crash at basically the same length there. I think that they both have the similar chance to be the next character in Smash Brothers, or at least after this Fighter's Pass is completed. So thank you again for your comment. So much fun to read through. You guys are really amazing, and I just wanted to do a quick shout out again because you guys have actually pitched in. You guys were incredibly amazing. My buddy Blordo, Sean has done this really great fundraiser for his brother who is sick, and you guys have actually donated, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much. He is now past 50% of the goal, so that is really amazing. You guys are making a huge difference in someone's like health and the family that cares for him. So I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you. I never thought that blocked content would be this kind of community that could come together if someone was in need, and I'm just so happy that you guys have done this. I reached out to him. He's super happy that we did the video on it. He's super happy that you guys donated. So thanks again. And if you haven't already, yeah, Sean's brother, Sean is an incredible animator, and he does a really great parody work for video games. He did a really great series on like very famous video games, and he just did a really great one on Death Stranding. He also did some on Mario games and Yoshi games, so please go check his content out. But also that fundraiser, that coffee link, if you just donate a little something, it would mean the difference of a lifetime for someone who is really struggling with a sickness. So thank you guys so much for that. Previous video, you guys did an incredible job, so I just wanted to go out of my way and say thank you. That, you know, we're doing weird video game videos on YouTube, and still we get to make a very big difference in someone's life. That is incredible. Thank you so much. And of course, a huge shout out to our latest Patreon supporters who make blocked content possible. If you want to have yourself created in blocked content style or pixel art, join me for discussions on Skype, or maybe have your own ideas animated by me and become videos on this channel, well, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, because there's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and if you are a super fan, then they're waiting. for you. Remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, please click that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!